This meeting is being recorded.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning,
Good morning,
everybody.
Carl. Thanks for being here.
Good morning.
Hi, Kim.
Good morning.
Still coming in. We appreciate that. We appreciate you all joining in this morning. Cloudy, rainy morning, but it's supposed to get better this weekend.
I hope so.
I think we're going to get started. Jennifer, you want me to start with the announcements while you're doing this, or what do you think?
Sure, that would be great. Thanks, Belinda. Welcome, everyone.
Yes. So what we just want to make sure we'll remind you after the meeting too. Next month, our meeting will be in person at the Discovery Center on 87th Street. So we will put that in the chat. It's going to be starting at 9 o'clock. Our speaker will be Senator L.G. Sims. There's a lot going on the state level. We want to make sure that you are aware of the infrastructure dollars, the other dollars that are coming through. And we also want to encourage you to connect with us via the membership meetings, via the one-on-one consultations, because your membership, some memberships are complimentary of the SBA. As a community navigator, the SBA has funded us for the small businesses so that while they're in this process of recovery and getting back to business, apologize, I thought I didn't recognize my camera was off, that we can help provide technical assistance. These projects are larger. You need to know about joint venture and teaming agreement. We are charged with certifications for state, federal, GATA, MBE, BEP, but it's a process that we're here to help you get through and navigate through. But he'll be there. He'll be able to ask questions and get answers. So please put that on your calendar. Please plan to attend in person. Please pre-register for the meeting so we know who's coming, and then reach out to us, the staff, make sure we know you and who you are. We recognize that a lot of you are here in anticipation of our guest speaker. So what we are going to ask you to do is, if there's a specific property that you want to know about, or something you want to raise, why don't you put it in the chat? And when our speaker joins us, it'll give her time and her staff to sort of research that property, so that maybe she can answer better questions about specific areas, because we recognize the land bank is a resource, and we want to make sure we know how to utilize it to help us vitalize our commercial corridor. Having said that, and I'm saying these announcements on behalf of Jennifer Atkins, who was kind enough to get us this presenter today, and the staff who organized this meeting. And I'm going to turn it over to one of our favorite businesses and board members. We have a lot of them, but and we're so grateful for that. She's always here and at the membership meeting, and that's Gwendolyn Harris of Country Financial.
What you call me, Melinda?
I don't know. I'm looking at the wrong one. Gwendolyn Shaw. I'm looking at the list of people coming and reading the wrong thing.
You were close to my maiden name, which is Hints, but that's okay. I know you know your best friend. That's okay.
I know. It's sad enough. Gwendolyn Shaw, the one and only.
Okay, that's a good way to wake me up. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us for our monthly membership meeting. For those of you that have never been with us before, we are glad that you chimed in today. We have a wonderful guest today, and I can't wait to bring her to you. But before we do that, especially since we're virtual, it's always a good idea to see your faces and to know what brought you here, if you're a member. I'll give you a few seconds of fame, as I call it, to let us know who you are. So I'm going to go around the room, or the Zoom room, I should say, and tell us who you are, if you're a member, and the name of your business or your affiliation. All right, I'm going to start at the top here, my top, which is Mr. Davis.
Sure. Yes. Lamar Davis. I'm with Bravera Facilities Management. And what we do is professional consulting for facilities management and also safety management as well. Thank you. Glad to be here.
Thank you so much. Ted?
Great morning, everybody. I'm Ted Hollander. I'm a member of neighboring association, 95th Street Business Association and ACES Business Network Affair. My business is Complus Incorporated. We are professional controllers. We lead accounting departments for small companies. We look for companies when they are too big for the owner to run with just a checkbook and too small to hire a full-time chief financial officer. The real purpose for the activity is to enable a business owner to understand the business so he or she can run the business without feeling blindfolded. Again, my name is Ted Hollander. You always pay for good accounting, one way or another.
Thank you, Ted. Okay, Devonna Hawkins? You can unmute yourself, Devonna.
Sorry. Okay. Hey, everybody. I'm Devonna with Kingdom Construction of Chicago, Inc. This is a MBE, WBE construction firm. We've done over 100 units with Chicago Housing Authority. We've done concrete, and we're also the prime painter for Eastlake. And that's pretty much it. I wanted to see what we can, what opportunities you guys have. I heard a lot from Ashanti Boone about you guys, so I just wanted to join in on a meeting.
Welcome, Devonna. You came in on a really good day, too. We have a great guest for you. Hopefully you know who she is.
Okay, I can't wait.
Okay. Gwen?
I'm Gwendolyn Harris, co-founder of It Takes a Village Family of Schools. We have 3 child care centers and 1 K-8 social justice elementary school. I was invited by Danita Tittle, one of the members, and that's because she knows that we're looking for affordable space for our school right now.
Welcome, Gwendolyn. I'm Gwendolyn, too. Okay. Winston Atwater, please introduce yourself.
Hello, I am Winston Atwater, owner of A&A Property Management and Construction. I am a resident of the Auburn Gresham neighborhood, and I'm just interested to know more about the process of how we can acquire properties with the Land Bank Authority. I've tried before and had a difficult time, so I'm interested to know if there's a new process in order I need to follow.
All right. Welcome, Winston.
Mm-hmm.
Frida? Frida Madison.
Hey. Yes,
Hey,
hello,
Frida.
Gwendolyn. I'm
Hello,
Melinda.
Frida.
Hello, I'm Frida Madison, and my husband and I, Kevin Madison, we own Madison Enterprises Incorporated, and we're property managers, real estate investors. We have in development, and we develop the board up in foreclosures and underserved communities to sustain the community. And we also started a lawn care and snow removal business. So we used to work on the inside and beautify the inside of homes. Now we're on the outside to beautify the outside of homes. And we are CBA members, and thank you. And Kevin is on the line too, Gwen. I think
Hey,
my
Kevin.
name is showing up twice, but it's him. Thank you.
Long time, my friend. All right, Rochester, Bailey. If you'd like to introduce yourself, could you unmute yourself, please? If not, I'll move on to Teresa. Teresa Manson.
Yes, good morning. My name is Teresa Manson. I am an independent contractor with financial services. So very interested in with this organization and what you all are doing for the community, hoping to take more of a part of what you're doing. And just in regards to my business alone, always interested in meeting new companies and new people to hopefully provide my services with financial services.
Thank you so much, Teresa. Okay, let's see. R.L. Williams, if you will introduce yourself to the group, please.
Yes, good morning. Can you hear me?
We can.
All right, well, good morning, everyone. Yes, my name is R.L. Williams. I'm a co-founder of NNS Consulting. We're a new real estate development company here in the Chicagoland area. We previously have been investing in real estate, mostly large-scale multifamily units on the south side of Chicago. And we're very excited to hear about the information today.
Welcome, Mr. Williams. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Okay. Barb Dennis.
Good morning, Barb Dennis. I'm assistant to the owner, Rodney Dennis. He has Red's Construction Company, and we're here for the information on the land bank. Thank you.
Okay. Great job of getting the land bank, Jennifer. We have a lot of people here today. Okay.
Property.
I know, right? Exciting. Lisette Tito.
Hi everyone, my name is Lisette Tito. I'm a full-time psychotherapist and I am a part-time real estate agent. I'm just here to learn more about the land bank and network. One of the things that I've noticed as a therapist is the lack of financial awareness when it comes to talking to a lot of my patients. So I definitely want to bring that into a mental health space as well, incorporate finances and mental health. So thank you all.
That's interesting, Lizette. Okay, Patrick Brutus.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. I'm Patrick Brutus. I am the neighborhood planner from the Department of Planning and Development for the, yes, good morning, for Chatham, but I'm also the planner for Auburn Gresham as well as Englewood. Obviously, I follow very closely what's going on in Chatham, but I'm here to support CBA, all the good works that you do, and very interested in hearing more from my friend at the land bank, Eleanor Gorski, as DPD and the land bank partner very frequently on redevelopment projects throughout our city. So here to listen. And again, congratulations to CBA for getting a great guest today.
And I don't mean to interrupt, but I just need to thank Patrick because, you know, we do a lot of projects and we try and push them through. We really try and keep the corridors viable, but it's bringing the partnerships together. Like, who can we talk to? Who can we do this? What department does this? How does the process work? You've been very instrumental in that. We appreciate your knowledge and your support.
Okay,
Keep
just
going.
a few more. Thank you, Melinda. Thank you, Patrick. For those of you that just joined us, we're just introducing ourselves. So if I call on you, just unmute yourself. You can open your camera up if you want to. That's your choice. But just introduce yourself. Tanya Flores.
Hi, great morning, everybody. I am a real estate investor and a real estate broker, and I saw on LinkedIn that Eleanor was speaking today, so I was like, okay, I'm going to sign up because I'm really interested. I would love to develop housing for single moms and, have resources so they can continue to grow financially and personally. So I'm glad to be here today. Thanks for hosting this.
Thank you for joining us, Tanya.
Welcome.
Tiffany Smith.
Good morning, Gwen. Tiffany
Hello.
Smith with Neighborhood Housing Services of Chicago. Couple of reasons I'm here today. One is we're your neighbor in the Seaway building. B, of course, we always love when the land bank helps our neighbors figure out how to acquire some of those properties and we can put them back to good use. And third, which will be coming over to you guys at CBA, there is an RFQ out there for our local contractors, particularly to Chatham, Auburn, Gresham, Avalon Park, Grand Crossing, and Inglewood, to help us complete a program that is going to help our homeowners with small home repairs. So I will be sending that over today as well. So yay all around. Thank you.
Thank you, Tiffany.
Welcome.
Appreciate it. Just a few more people. We do have a lot more people than normal. I want to be respectful of our wonderful speakers' time. So I'm just going to give a couple of more people, and then maybe afterwards, if you have questions or you just want to introduce yourself, if we have time to do that, we will. Let's see. Martello Polak.
Yes, good morning. It's Marty Pollock. I'm glad to be here this morning. I am a member of CBA, and I work with employee retention credit specialists. And what we are is a company that is helping businesses with W-2 employees get money back from the government that they paid in for FICA taxes. With this program, it was part of the 2020 CARES Act, not PPP loan, not EDIL, but this is actually money that goes back to the businesses that they don't have to pay back if they had W-2 employees and were affected by the COVID pandemic. And with the program, you're eligible to get up to $26,000 per employee back again, which you don't have to pay back. So if anybody's interested, please reach out. But I'm here this morning also to get information as relates to acquiring property with the land bank. And I'm glad to be here. Thank you.
Thank you, Marty. Appreciate you. Let's see. Marla Owens, and then we're going to get to our speaker.
And and Melvin Brooks too. Let him introduce himself.
Okay. Go
Hi,
ahead, Marla.
is that Maria Owens?
I'm sorry, Maria. I'm sorry. That's my
No
eyes.
problem.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry,
Good
Maria.
morning, everyone. This is a very pleasure. Is a pleasure to be here. I am a partner of the law firm of Owens and Robinson. I'm also one of the partners in an event planning business called Divine Delight Party Planners. But more interestingly, I am also a member of a new LLC called Alger Legacy Real Estate Investors. So we'd definitely be interested in the information provided today. But my primary reason, really real reason for wanting to participate in this organization is my community activism work with the Greater Grand Crossing community, trying to develop a relationship with stakeholders and the CPS schools in the area. So I just want to use this networking opportunity to get greater interest for the business community in our traditional schools.
Thank you,
Welcome.
Maria. Appreciate you. Mel?
Hi, yes. My name is Mel Brooks. I'm a CBA member as well, and I'm a longtime neighbor of the CBA. And I've been trying to understand the policy of how to obtain my neighboring property since I've been taking care of it for over 8 years.
Okay.
Wow.
And as I mentioned in the beginning, if you all want to put the property that you have a specific question in the chat, and what we can do is we'll make sure that our guest has it, but it also give her time, let her do a presentation and go through everything. And then we can double back on specific properties and projects. So if you want to put those in the chat, and if we did not introduce you, also put your name in the chat, and we will, we're appreciative that you're there. You will not be overlooked. We will follow up.
Thank you, Melinda. I do want to acknowledge Carl Williams, our other board member.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Carl
Did I say
Riley.
Williams?
I'm a
Carl
small business.
Riley. I'm sorry, Carl. I
Yeah,
said Williams.
we all got our new names today. So, I just didn't know mine yet. Was Williams. I'm Carl Riley.
Hi,
I'm
Carl.
a small business community lender with Fifth Third Bank. I'm out here to support you guys, with business lending, and I do a lot of, like, let's say a business needs a building. Not so good with investment real estate, but if you got a project or an idea, I can point you in the right direction with who can do it. So I'm just here to support y'all. I've been a board member for like 3, 4, 5 years. I'm not sure, but thanks for everything you guys do.
Carl, Melinda, and I are drinking the same tea today.
I know.
So
We're giving everybody different names.
thank you
Kind
so
of our
much,
aging.
Everyone.
But I'll say it like my mother used to say, you know who we're talking to.
That's right. You know who you are. You know your name.
I started talking immediately. I knew exactly who I was talking to.
Well, welcome everyone, and I'm Gwen Shaw. For those of you that don't know me, and I own a country financial agency. I'm the first and the only Black female agency owner in Illinois. Been in business now for 14 years, and I work with a lot of investors. I do a lot of builder's risk. I've done a lot of stuff with the Cook County Land Bank in the past. So for those of you that are interested, and hopefully if you do acquire some properties, I would be happy to help you. I'm very experienced with those type of properties. But without further ado, I'm going to bring to you our wonderful guest speaker. This is why you all are here. Let me make sure I have her. Let me make sure I have Eleanor's bio. Okay, here we go. After progressing in a series of leadership roles in the city government, Eleanor Esther Gorski was appointed executive director of the Cook County Land Bank in August of 21. Eleanor brings more than 25 years of planning, design, and economic development experience to the CCLBA as it embarks and plans to expand its inventory to create more affordable housing and economic opportunity partnerships within Cook County. The Cook County Land Bank works to efficiently return vacant properties to productive use in the underserved communities throughout the county by partnering with community developers, small business owners, and prospective homebuyers. It is the largest land bank by geography in the country with a current inventory of more than 1,700 properties. Before leading the Cook County Land Bank, Gorski served as Director of Design and Planning for the University of Illinois at Chicago. From 2019 to 2020, she led the City of Chicago Department of Planning and Development as First Deputy Commissioner and Acting Commissioner. Prior to this, she led the Bureau of Planning and Design for DPD, leading work on the city's industrial corridor, modernization initiative, and the Fulton Market Innovation District Plan, creating the fastest growing commercial sector in the city. Gorski has held many other leadership roles within the city, including Director of the Landmarks Commission for 5 years. Projects she has managed include the 5-year renovation of Wrigley Field, the planning for the Obama Presidential Center, the renovation of most of the early skyscrapers in the Loop, as well as preservation of the Carson Period Scott State Street building, which is now Target. A hallmark of Eleanor's work is, and hallmark of her work is the way it centers equity and community integration design, planning, and historic preservation. Notable projects include the creation of a community review process for the Chicago Plan Commission and numerous design guidelines for city landmark districts and neighborhoods. Her work in financial incentive legislation provided groundbreaking assistance for small businesses and communities of need through the Neighborhood Opportunity Fund and helped to preserve landmarks with the Class L tax incentive. Gorski is a licensed architect with degrees in architecture, art history, and history. She is a fellow of the American Academy of Rome, where she studied the integration of new construction and old in Rome, Berlin, Amsterdam. She is also a fellow of the University of Chicago Civic Leadership Academy. Gorski sits on the local advisory board of LISC Chicago, the alumni board of the University of Chicago of Illinois, School of Architecture, and the Board of Illinois Medical District. Most important, she is a proud mom to 2 teenage boys and lives in the city of Chicago. And I'm assuming you go by Gorski and not Eleanor. Without further ado, I bring to you Eleanor Gorski. You have the floor.
Wow, thank you. Okay, I think the meeting's over with that long introduction. I'm gonna have to cut that down, but thank you so much. It's good to see everyone this morning. I'm so excited by the amount of different businesses that are represented in today's call, and I really hope that we can end this meeting today with a lot of good questions and follow up on some businesses you're interested in or buildings. So I would like to share my screen to kind of give an overview of what the Land Bank does before we dive into some particulars about Chatham. So I'm going to do that now. And hopefully you can see this.
Yes, we can see it.
Thank you. Okay, so the Cook County Land Bank, for those of you that aren't familiar, it was established just under 10 years ago by Cook County, and its mission is to acquire property that is essentially delinquent, vacant, underutilized. And our mission is to turn that around and to redevelop it, put it back on the tax rolls, as well as stimulate residential, commercial, and industrial development. And that's one thing that makes our land bank a little different. Most land banks in the country, and just last week there was a big national conference here with other land banks, most of them deal with residential properties, and that really is the big bulk of our inventory. But our land bank is different in that we will deal with commercial and industrial properties as well. This is a map of the area that we serve. Obviously, this is all of Cook County, but what I wanted to specifically focus on in this map is the activity. And what you see in the dots, the red, are all of the activity that we've had, meaning the properties we've acquired and sold or could still be in our inventory. And then blue are the rehabs that have been completed. And this number has actually shot up past 1,000 rehabs that we've completed. And we're proud to say that most of these rehabilitations, single family homes, are homeowner occupied. And that is a goal of the Cook County Land Bank. And I'll talk a little bit more about how we sell our property and what we look for. But again, unlike other real estate organizations, our prime reason for existence, of course, is not to get the highest price. However, it is to benefit the community and to create home ownership. And this slide is a snapshot of our inventory and what we have. So you can see in the pie chart that most of our inventory is vacant land, then residential structures, then commercial and industrial are mixed together. And our inventory is probably going to increase by 1,000 properties within the next year, simply because how we acquire our properties is mainly through the treasurer's office and through the every other year scavenger sales that are held by their office. And that process is about a 3-year process when we first enter the treasurer's sale, put a bid on a property, and then there's a redemption period for the tax buyer or the taxpayer to then redeem their property. And that takes about 2.5 years for residential property. So in all, it takes just over 3 years for the land bank to acquire a residential house or a vacant parcel in a residential area, just due to the redemption periods that are set by state law. Commercial property and industrial property we can obtain in a quicker time frame. Now, what do we do with all this property? I know that many of you are aware that we advertise all of our property on our website, and there is a bidding process that happens every 4 to 6 weeks for our properties, and that's open to anyone. But we also form partnerships with countywide partners and city partners. And the reason why we do this is the enormous amount of property that we have in our inventory. We hope to form and contribute to the planning efforts of the folks that you see here. So for example, on Wednesday, we are taking forward a land banking agreement with the Chicago Transit Authority. We help them to assemble the land for the continuation of the Red Line extension throughout south part of the city of Chicago and Cook County down to Elko Gardens. And there will be 93 properties that are part of that land banking agreement. And those type of agreements, anything that we do with the folks we have here on screen, those are announced at a public meeting. Those are public agreements so that the public, our board, the county board all know where the property is going in the terms of those agreements. And we'll often hold those properties for a few years so that the project can get their funding together, all the drawings done, etc. So in the case of the Transit Authority, we are taking all those properties and earmarking them for that extension, but we will hold those for 3 years. At that time, the Transit Authority will take the properties and begin their project. But during that 3-year period, we have subcontractors that will take care of the land, make sure that fly dumping doesn't occur, etc. And then for property that we want to acquire through the tax sale, we target specific areas where there is work already happening by municipalities and where we have partners, where we know that either they can help us move the property because they have plans in place, or we know that there is a market for the type of product that will be coming up at the tax sales. And what you see on this map are the focus areas that we put in place for this year going into this scavenger sale. These are the Chicago neighborhoods as well as the suburban Cook County municipalities where we saw a lot of movement, and again where we have partners that can help us move our inventory due to plans that are put together by the municipality. So I know there's going to be questions after I'm done about how we move our property, and I wanted to show this slide because what we're trying to do is really streamline our acquisition process, which I've just described to you, which is mainly through the treasurer's office as well as other Cook County entities. And that's kind of behind the scenes where we are working out tighter timeframes with them. But also with acquisitions, we're figuring out the pricing model and what these properties should be priced at. And it is a delicate balance, as many of you realtors know, to not have price being the driving factor, but at the same time, we do not want to depress prices in these neighborhoods. And we want our properties, once they're rehabbed, to be leading the prices in the neighborhood so that the comp values and every boat is raised in these neighborhoods by the developments that we're doing here. And we can talk a little bit more about that. But then how we price projects, again, I said that isn't our primary goal to get the highest price when we sell stuff on our website. But what we do have is a checklist where we are asking for pieces of information about how an applicant is actually going to finish a project. We just don't look at, do you have the funds to purchase our property? We want to make sure that you have funds to complete whatever the scope of work is that you are interested in doing with the property that you are interested in purchasing. So in the case of a single family house, if you are planning to rehab it, you need to demonstrate that you have funds to actually purchase the house and then to rehab it to the point where it is habitable, either for yourself, where we do work with homeowners, or can someone move in and you can sell it to a homeowner at the end of the rehabilitation. We also like to see that you've completed other projects. You know, our land, we lovingly say that they're the buildings and the land that no one else touches. That's why the land bank comes in. So they're in rough shape. These are properties that more than likely need a gut rehab. So you do need to show that you have experience and that you have a team, if you don't, that knows how to do this work. And then for commercial and industrial, we're interested in hearing how your project meets the goals of the neighborhood and ties in with neighborhood plans. As you all know, the city of Chicago in particular is working on the Invest Southwest initiative along the commercial corridors. So we like to see in our applications that whoever is applying is aware if there is an Invest Southwest plan for the corridor you're interested in buying in. And if not, is there a list plan, a quality of life plan that demonstrates that the community needs a certain type of business or wants a certain type of restaurant, and that you're addressing that need. So that is something that we look at as well. So all of our applications are reviewed under that rubric, and that is then presented, if it's a high value property, to our land bank board. And there are certain values of property that require different amounts of sign off from our board and from different committees at the land bank. For a single family house or a low value property, we have the ability to sign off on those as staff and as the executive director. So we also try to get more information out about the land bank and support local developers through, again, I mentioned the conference that we just had last week. We invited some of our developers to present, share information, as well as attend the conference. And then we are holding a small developer workshop on October 11th. It's not a small workshop, it's for small developers, meaning developers who just have a handful of properties under their belt. Maybe they're a sole practitioner and they just have, a few crews they work with, and then they want to scale up, or they want to understand how they can get more financing to then scale up. That's the purpose of this workshop. And then finally, we are trying to create more land banking agreements similar to what I mentioned with the CTA to expand the scale of development that the land bank is doing, and really trying to push more closings, more land going back onto the tax rolls. And then this is the fun part, showing some of the projects that were completed. Oh, and I should mention that Alicia Saunders on our staff, who works in Chatham and in the South Side of Chicago, is also on this call. She is our boots on the ground in all these neighborhoods, working with developers. And this is a project that she worked on. And this is in the Woodlawn area, Woodlawn Point. This is new construction that was built on vacant lots that the land bank had. And this was a unique project because it does create an income unit in the basement. So though this was sold for homeowner occupancy, it does create a rental unit to offset the cost of the mortgage. And I believe that all of these are sold, and they sold pretty quickly. And also, I believe, set the price point, new price point for the neighborhood. And this is West Woodlawn. We also did a vacant property holiday giveaway, and this was last December. This was a pilot program where we had some properties that were taking to deed, and we knew that there would be a rush to get these to market, and we thought we would try to pre-sell these and see what the response would be, and it was enormous. I think that we had like 1,700 applications that people filled out, pre-applications on our website for just under 1,000 properties, and that was in 2 days. So this was a test case to see how this would work. We're thinking of doing other things like this, and essentially what this means is that the applicant is paying an application fee, and simply the cost it takes us to take the property to deed, the legal costs. And then these are some examples of commercial buildings that our staff has worked either with a current tenant who wanted to buy the building, or a new business who wanted to go into the building and was looking to the land bank inventory to establish their business. Perhaps we often work with entrepreneurs who have started an online business, or they have been selling their wares in other stores or at, like farmers markets, and they want a brick and mortar location. So these are examples where that has occurred. And then this is our website. I encourage you, if you haven't gone on it, to do so, because our website is where we take our applications, where we show all of the inventory that we have now, and it's updated pretty much weekly as we take properties through the deed process. We then put them up on our website and then start accepting applications. So that completes the general presentation, and I do have a few slides on Chatham that I would like to put up on screen. And this is particularly the inventory that we have available in the neighborhood. And Alicia put this together for me. So I'm going to ask if you have detailed questions about that we allow Alicia to answer those. Let me see if I can switch applications. In the meantime, I'm happy to take questions while I put this up.
So one of the questions we asked is the slide presentation available for us to share with everyone on the call?
It is, yes.
Okay. And there are other questions in the chat. When do you want me to get them, or?
Yeah, that'd be fine.
I'm looking through them now. Tiffany was asking, is there a registration link for the October 11th small developer workshop?
There will be on our website. And I think we're going to do it through Eventbrite in order to manage it a little bit easier. So please be on the lookout for that. I would say in the next week that should be up.
And on behalf of Chatham Business Association, and I know there's other questions, you mentioned that there's these agreements that you can make with different organizations. Can you make them with organizations like ours who work in the corridor with businesses?
If you're a non-for-profit, we're able to do that. It's non-for-profit and municipalities, or like a municipal organization like the CTA.
We are, so I will send you our information and see if we could talk about that, because we would really like to help. You know, we get a lot of questions, and when the information comes in, we put in applications. I think, like for instance, Mel Brooks talked about the property on 75th, that we put applications in. I know we work with Mr. Atwater. We somehow, you know, I don't know if we need to learn the process more to make sure, because we thought we were complying or helping them comply, but we would like to, as a partner, we probably could learn more and do it better.
Okay. Yeah, happy, and we can have a separate meeting about that and go through the application, so that, you know, once you're comfortable with it, then you can also help your members. Happy to do that.
Okay.
So I do have on screen some property that we do have that's on the website right now. And then this is commercial and industrial property.
Okay, one of the questions is, does the land bank own any property on 75th Street? So I think these are the addresses.
Right. Right.
And they don't appear to be on 75th Street, to answer the question.
Mm-mm. And this is a business I know Alicia has been working with.
Oh, yes. One of our favorites.
Yeah.
And this is a good example, I think, of us all working together. She's part of the Chatham Business Association SSA, so we were able to give her a grant, and then, you know, apply for applications in partnership with Department of Planning, which is where Patrick comes in. And then we got Carl, who we can call anytime to help with the commercial property. So that's why we really want to be a partner with the land bank and the business community to move these processes along, and then make sure that they get what I call layered, every resource that they have to put it together to make the project more affordable and more successful. And at the same time, as you mentioned, not devaluing the real estate property.
Yeah. Well, we welcome that. I know that helping applicants as well as ensuring that they are being assisted with all the other city resources, that's valuable.
And this says, to be clear, only non-for-profits or municipalities can participate in obtaining properties from the land bank. That's a question from Lamar.
Let me go in the chat and see it. No, let me be clear about that. So municipalities and non-for-profits, we have the ability to enter into land banking agreements with them. So let's say the city of Chicago wants to do an RFP, request for proposals for 3 or 4 lots. Land bank owns 2, city owns 2, and it's a bigger project. That is why we enter into agreements with a municipality or a non-for-profit that wants to, say, build 5 houses for low-income residents. We will enter into agreement where they buy 5 houses or 5 vacant lots from us. What anyone can do, anyone in the city of Chicago, Cook County, they can go to our website and see what properties are available for sale. And that is what I'm showing on screen, the properties in the area that we're talking about that we have available. Anyone can go and apply for these individually. And what we look at when we have multiple applications for a property are the factors that I mentioned in the beginning of the presentation. Do you have the financial resources, not just to buy the project, but to also complete a rehabilitation of it? Does your project scope and what you want to do with it meet the plans for the area and the community? Are you from the community, from the city of Chicago? That's also important to us. And in the case of a residential building, are you selling it to a homeowner, or are you rehabbing it for yourself to live in? Because we try to create home ownership.
Okay. I'm trying to scroll through this chat. I'm sorry, guys. Take me a minute here.
And Melinda, this is Frida and Kevin. I had failed to realize we've partnered with hi Eleanor and hello Alicia. We've done a couple of properties from Cook County Land Bank, so we have experience in rehabbing and selling to homeowners. So thank you. This is Frida.
Oh, okay, great.
I hope I see you on the 11th. It's been a while.
Yeah, looking forward to it 11 too. Thank you.
Okay, I'm sorry, it's taking me a minute to go through this chat.
Okay. I don't see any other questions, Melinda.
You don't? Okay.
No.
So we have yeah. And Tiffany, I got your question, and yes, we can look at partner training based on what I heard. So when we meet with her, we'll reach back out to you. Let's see, and then I think we have it all.
Oh, okay, you took care of Lamar's question. Okay. Yeah.
So did everyone, hopefully, we have some contractors on the line, so you have some information of some follow-up workshops that are coming. Tanya, you wanted to know more about the process. I hope you got that information that you were looking for. It looks like one of the great resources to go to the website, but Chatham Business Association recognizes how important this property acquisition, and we're really interested in you know, we do have quite a few vacancies on 75th Street. We definitely will work with the land bank as best as we can to attract investors and get applications successfully submitted. Even if we, you know, we work a lot on even encouraging businesses to vanilla box it so we can help remarketing or use the resources from NOF or CSR, which is why we work so hard. We're, especially now that these resources are available between the recovery grants, the NOFs, the SPIF, the TIP, we want you to encourage so that when you focus on a property and you want to submit something through the land bank, we can, as we said, let's put it together and get a bang for our buck, and also make sure we have the support from the community and the stakeholders and get the applications in. I'm hoping that as a partner, it'll also give us the opportunity with the land bank to ask questions and go back and forth a lot like we do as a city delegate agency with the City of Chicago and Department of Planning on applications, so that we can work to improve the quality of the applications and make sure it's part of the larger plan, or that the business fits in the corridor, especially on corridors like 75th and 79th and Cottage Grove, because all of that, you know, we released the marketing study. The folks are buying, they're buying certain things. We're not giving them the businesses to buy from, so they're going outside of the community to buy just 5 or 10 minutes away. So if we can fit that into the plan, acquire the property, it really will improve our community. Are there any other questions?
Melinda, I was seeing a few in the chat, and
Okay.
I did see someone ask about an L3CS, which is a low profit, limited liability study or limited liability company, I believe. And there are some that we do business with. We don't enter agreements with them though. The companies that I'm familiar with in Chicago that we've worked with, they do prefab or factory modular housing, and they're doing some of that on the west side, and they are low profit. And what they do is they simply purchase lots from the land bank to do their work. So I think it depends on what the low profit company, like what the focus is of it, how we can work together with them. But I would encourage you all, for any of these questions, if you want to do a project with the land bank, we're open to having any of these discussions. In fact, there's someone on the west side that is a finalist for the Chicago Prize that wants to do this crowdsourcing model where they'll have investors from the community invest in the project, and that's how they want to finance it. It's nothing that we've done before, but we're happy to look at anything where the community can be a stakeholder and then talk to our board about it to see if it meets the standards that the land bank uses for reviewing properties.
No, that sounds great. I'm glad. I am glad to hear that, because we can also help facilitate and help people prepare those kind of presentations. Melvin, speak up. Unmute yourself and speak.
Yes, I'm here on behalf of MBS Precision Management. I've been a partner, whether I like it or not, with CCLBA for over 8 years, because the property next door to my business, which is, I'm sorry, my business is MBS Precision Management. We manage properties as well as we own a piece of property, better known as President's Lounge on 75th. So I'm very happy to hear that it's so many people willing to join the corridor to buy property on 75th Street, because when I purchased property, or when we purchased property over 20 years ago, no one was doing it. So it was and when we bought the property, we went into a vacant corridor. It was nobody down there in that area. So I'm very excited to see this activity for 75th Street. But at the same time, I'm also disappointed because I moved next door to a personal a person who owned the property who deceased. He's no longer here, and it went into probate. And we tried to get it through probate, but before we can get it, Cook County Land Bank grabbed it, which we thought was exciting. I was excited about it. It was a better opportunity, quick avenue. We committed to getting it through Cook County Land Bank. We went through all the procedures that was given to us by the previous administration. We took all the suggestions. We went through all the contractors that was suggested to us by Cook County Land Bank, which was financially straining, but we did it anyway. And for over 8 years now, we've been taking care of the property. I'm invested into this piece of property for over 8 years, and I'm talking about thousands of dollars, thousands, as far as landscaping, rodent control, etc. We was able to obtain the alley behind it so we can take care of that. So, but we couldn't obtain the property. So we went through the channels to get the property. I went through a famous contractor, BOA, that was suggested to us to get the property. I sent the proposal, and on that date, I'm sorry you can't see the date, but that was in 2019. It's now 2022. So I'm just trying to get an understanding of, during the administration change, where did the ball drop and how do we pick up the ball and keep running? Because this property has been a neighbor to us. It's also been a nuisance to the community, but I'm trying to control it. And I'm just trying to find out, how do I contact Cook County Land Bank now? Because like I said, the administration has changed and no one is responding, and the landscaping is just so out of control. I've been trying to upload pictures, but I can't. I've emailed about it. It's just, I'm talking into deaf ears now. So I'm just asking the new administration to please help us, help you, and to get us back on the right track.
Thank you for that. And let me be clear to everyone on this call. The new administration is me, correct?
Correct.
I'm learning all this right now.
Yeah.
Yes. I never spoke to you before. No. Yes.
Yes. So new administration means new executive director, which is me. And I took place in August of last year. So whatever happened to your application in 2019, I can't answer that for you. I started in August 2021. And as some of you may know, the land bank has had some issues with the inspector general. I was brought in to clean up the application process. And as you can see by everyone on this call, we're a public entity and we need to sell our land under a public process and an application process that is open to everyone. And I revised that application process as soon as I started at the land bank and was approved by the Inspector General's office. The application process is one that you need to fill out a complete application in order to even be considered. Mr. Brooks, I understand that the application you filled out recently was not complete. So I suggest that you work with Melinda and the Chatham Business Association, and perhaps they can help you with future properties. But the property that you're describing, we had received complete applications. It was reviewed under the new application process and by our board, and a new applicant was approved for that property. We're working through that now with them to ensure that they have all the financial resources and that we can close. But that is what I know about that property. If you'd like to go further in the past, we can certainly go through our records and investigate that for you. And I would request that you put in a freedom of information request so we can document your concerns. As for the maintenance of the property, Alicia Saunders is on the line right now, who is our acquisition specialist for that building. She's out in the field. I'll ask her to go and take a look at that today and send me photos. And then we'll have our clean slate folks go out and take a look at it.
Well, thank you for that. Thank you for that. And that would make you be a great neighbor. But from my understanding, and it's just curious. From my understanding, I thought that, first of all, you guys was great neighbors. The policy was the neighboring property has first dibs or first considerations for purchasing the property. Secondly, I also thought that you needed an automatic support so the alderman would know what's going on with who's coming into that property.
The land bank does not have any political influence in how they dispose of property. That's the ethics ordinance of Cook County and what we need to abide by. Aldermen are informed as to what properties are for sale. They can certainly talk to folks that are interested in going in the commercial corridors, and they can advise the land bank, but they are not part of the decision-making process. That would be a violation of Cook County ethics rules. Okay. At least employees. We cannot take aldermanic direction. We need to abide by the application process.
Once again, I was misinformed by the
I'm glad you're asking.
Previous administration.
It's very important to be clear on this. Thank you.
And that's why we have want the entities to come out, because we do hear back and forth. So we get the facts, we learn the process.
I'm sorry, Melinda, you're breaking up.
I said that's one of the reasons why Chatham Business Association invited the land bank to come out. Because if we get the facts and understand the process and do this partnership, we'll be better trained to really know the rules and regs. I say this all the time. The government has processes, and sometimes they're not traditional the way a traditional business would do. But if we're going after the resources, then we have to understand the process and get in line with the process. And having said that, one of the questions in the chat, which I think is about the process, it asks, how long does it take to get a response once application is submitted for purchase? And what is the time frame once approved for transfer to happen? And the other part, is there a, what does it say? Is there a, oh shoot, keeps going out of my reach. Trying to make this chat bigger so I can see the whole thing. And I think you mentioned it a little bit in the presentation, but what is the process time for application? How long does it take from approximately? I know each one is different.
Yeah, the application time, I believe that Alicia, my wing woman in the chat, is answering those questions, and she really is on the front line of reviewing the application. So once the application period closes, we review them according again to the scorecard, and then we take about a week to 14 days, 1 to 2 weeks to review all the applications, depending on how many there are. If there was one application, that's going to be an easier and quicker response time than if we have, say, 20 applications for a property. It really varies. But we do aim for 3 to 5 business days. That would be ideal, especially if there is just a handful of applications for it. And then closings are 45 to 60 days from the execution of the contract. So essentially what happens is we inform the applicant that they are the successful applicant. If there is any further information that we need from them for clarity, we'd ask for it at that time. Otherwise, we do ask them to fill out a term sheet and to give us a down payment for us to then go ahead and inform our attorneys to start doing the closing paperwork.
Okay. So I just want to remind everybody, you know, this isn't the end of the conversation. It's a partnership. You know, we as a business organization aren't going anywhere. Our goal is to, you know, you requested this meeting. It's ongoing. Land acquisition and development is, I'm glad to say, is really important to the city and administration, even on the state level. You know, there's funding that we've been putting in applications for businesses to acquire property. So it's not the end, it's the beginning. Moving forward, we'll learn more, we'll share more. We've got successful people like the Madisons and others who have acquired the property. So I just want to say that, you know, we need to stay tuned. As soon as that Eventbrite link, we as an organization will be looking for the link. We'll send it out to you as well. We definitely want to support the businesses on the call who want to be developers. We think we need quite a few more in the city and county of Chicago, and we want to help you build the capacity to do that. So as you heard from the land bank, they are open to ideas and they're open to strategies that can be worked on, improved on. If you're neighboring to a land bank and you have a property that you feel is a nuisance, let us know. We'll make sure that we help communicate that directly to the land bank. And we plan to work a lot moving forward. So I just want to remind everyone, next month, the Tuesday meeting is in person at the Discover Center. Again, Senator Sims will be presenting. You need to pre-register. We will send out these questions. We'll send out the link. We'll send out the slides for this presentation. We will send out the link for the upcoming meetings. We'll send out our membership meeting links. Anything we know, we'll definitely share with you, and we'll be in close contact with the Community Land Bank. I did notice Chase from Water Reclamation was on the call. Chase, did you have any announcements for us? Or I know you do a good job of keeping us informed of, is he still on here or did he have to go? He may have hung up. Keeping us informed of what opportunities are there. So don't forget to take our survey for the membership meeting. Don't forget to schedule your one-on-one. As we said, you know, we are a SBA community navigator. We're able to waive your membership at the moment for the small businesses and work with you on building capacity, get your certifications in place to get you in line for all the different opportunities that are coming your way through the infrastructure dollars that'll be managed by the state of Illinois. All of this helps prepare us to make us change the quality of life in our communities. So having said that, did I miss anything? Or so Devon, again, you're going to Beverly put her name in the chat and the email to talk about your consultation and membership and how it works and all the resources we as an organization. We are unapologetically Commerce First. We help business organizations and we partner with residential groups to hear what they need to make better businesses, but we want to make sure you are aware of the opportunities. You can access them. You know what's available to you, and you know we want to be your coach as you continue to build in the community. So Beverly put her information in the chat. It starts with her.
I see it. Yep.
Okay, and you can feel free to call us at the office too.
Okay.
If you have any questions, we look forward to working with everyone on the call. And I can't say enough to thank our guests for taking the time to come.
Also,
Eleanor,
Melinda.
Okay, go ahead.
Also, Melinda, hey, hello, everyone. This is Jennifer Adkins. I also want to just reiterate that this holiday season coming up, we're going to be doing some pretty exciting things in the corridors. We're going to have holiday decor up and local buy campaigns happening throughout the months of November and December, and possibly all the way through February. So we're going to keep you posted on that, and come to Chatham, come to the corridors, and support your local businesses and get some fine things as well. So I just want to put that out there. And also the following meetings, we're also going to be highlighting businesses So if you are a business and you want people to know who you are, on our member meetings, we're going to create a slideshow. We're going to be highlighting you. So don't be bashful. Go ahead and send us a picture and what you are and what you do. That's special. And we want to promote that. I just wanted to put that out there. Thank you.
Okay. And someone asked about the marketing study. When you do your consultation and become a member, you get all of these wonderful things as part of our website. We post them on our membership. We put your website on our website. So again, it's collaboration and partnership. I would be remiss if I got off this phone and did not thank the wonderful staff from Beverly to Charles to Lorinda, whoever I'm missing that they should beat me up if I do, because everything that you all do is so important. So thank you so much for helping us put this together. Any other questions or comments? And Eleanor, you and your team, we will be in touch with you to talk about our partnership and see how we can make this work. And thank you again.
We look forward to it. Thank you guys for hosting us. Appreciate
Thank you,
it.
Eleanor. Great meeting.
Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye.
Okay. Bye-bye.